not out of it. They could if the Titans just straight up just decide we don't feel like playing in January. Because their schedule coming up on Saturday, they gonna play the Texans. You know how I feel about the Texans. I feel that's a win. So let's say the Jaguars do beat the Jets tonight. I think the Texans is going to drop. It's going to drop to the Titans easily. It shouldn't even be close. If the Titans win by a touchdown and a field goal, I'm gonna be like, come on, Titans, you can do better than this. The Titans should beat them by at least two and a half field goals. 2 field goals and maybe touchdowns. I meant 2 touchdowns and maybe a field goal. So we're talking like 17 points. I'll say 17 points. That's what it should be. It should be. It's not just because the Texans are not a good team. Titans, you gotta make a statement. You gotta make a statement because y'all kind of looking like the Buccaneers of the AFC right now, where it's like you're in the playoffs because you're gonna win your division because your division is not so great, and then you're gonna drop in the wild card to whoever it is that they're gonna end up playing. You're gonna drop it real fast because your division is not that good. I don't believe the AFC South is the same as the NFC South. I don't believe the Titans are that much under everybody that they can't even be relevant or be they can't even compete. But sometimes it looks like that. And if they don't win the way they're supposed to win against the Texas, it does look like the Jaguars are gonna take their spot. Especially if the Jaguars win that game tonight. Now next Thursday, Titans on a short week. Well, not that short because they played on Saturday, so it's not that short, but it's still a short week. And they're gonna go up against the Cowboys. The Cowboys might be on the high if they beat the Eagles on Saturday, so they might be on the high. And even if they wasn't, I don't feel like they're gonna beat the Cowboys anyway. So that's 1-1 right there. Then it leads up to the finale against the Jaguars. There's a really good chance that they could actually go into the finale 1-1. Now, as of right now, the Jags is a game behind a game back from the Titans. So the Jags do need to win tonight. They do need to win next week against the Texans. Be 2-0 by January 8th. The Titans might be 1-1 by January 8th, and then bam, that's a playoff game before the playoff starts. Win or go home. But I don't know. I don't really see it happening. I don't see the Jags winning today. I just don't have that much. I don't have that much clout on the Jaguars the way a lot of people do. People, they got a lot of. You know what it is? They have a lot of faith in Lawrence, quarterback of Jaguars. Lawrence. They have a lot of faith in him, and they have no faith at all in Zach Wilson. Like zero faith. Now, yes, Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. Mike White is a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. But what about the rest of that team, though? They got 2 running backs that could ball. You know, Knight and Carter, they could ball. And then if you actually give the ball to your receiver, Elijah, maybe y'all might score some touchdowns without wasting so much time. Because if you fall behind, you keep running the ball, you ain't doing nothing but wasting time. So y'all need to go ahead and get the ball to Elijah Moore. Let him see what he could do. Let him see what he could do. But honestly, it needs to be all three of them. Knight needs to be RB1 right now because Michael Carter still don't seem right. He don't seem right. He don't seem all the way there yet. He don't seem all the way there yet. So go ahead and give, you know, first string reps tonight. Go ahead and have, Michael Carter go in there, do his thing, maybe late in the game he'll do his thing. Target Elijah Moore and for the love of God, man, get the ball. Like don't worry about long passes. Don't worry about airing it out with Zach Wilson. Have their tight end and have Elijah Moore do some nice little 5 yard, 8 yard, passes, five and in. Man, don't worry about 10 and out. Don't worry about, just worry about five and in. Five and in. You know, because I can see Zach Wilson ruin this for y'all. I can see him doing it. I can see him ruining it for y'all. But I just feel like as a team, overall as a team, the Jets should not lose tonight's game. And if I gotta go on this microphone tomorrow and talk about how the Jets blew that game and their playoff chances because Zach Wilson is just that much of a bum quarterback on an NFL level, I'm gonna be very surprised and very disappointed. And it's not because I'm a Jet fan, because I'm a Giant fan. It's just because you still got New York on that jersey, man. You can't be dropping games like that against Jacksonville in late December. I know it's gotta be a blizzard, something going on in New York right now. I know it gotta be like little icicles falling on people's foreheads right now. You got these Florida boys coming up here, winning games on y'all on national TV. Come on, man. Come on, Jets. Y'all trying to make the playoffs? You better not lose this game. Not this one. Not this one. But Jacksonville do pull this off and get that win next week. And if the Titans lose the game against the Cowboys next week, ooh, AFC South gonna look really, really interesting January 8th. The playoffs start before the playoffs start. So it's been confirmed this morning. Jalen Hurts will not play on Saturday. They're not telling us something. It is something they're not telling us. Like, something they're not telling us. That injury is a lot more severe than they're leading us on. I believe it is. Because if you talk about a sprain and you got till Saturday to, rest your shoulder, ice it up, take an Epsom salt bath, take an ice bath. I could see him playing if it means we're going to go ahead and snatch this number one seed. Home court advantage all through the playoffs with a first round bye. If you're willing to take a chance to play every week in the playoffs and go on the road at least once, at least one time, this injury is a lot more severe than you're making out to be. I don't think it's just a sprain. It's definitely not no minor sprain. It's a severe sprain, but it's probably more than that. I think it's a little bit. I'm not sure if it's dislocated. I don't think it's dislocated now. It's probably a little bit of a tear. A little bit of a tear. Something's up. Something's up with that shoulder. It's not just a sprain. They undersold it a little bit. They undersold it a little bit. It's definitely not. It's definitely not a sprain or just a sprain. You know. So, but they did the right thing. They did the right thing. They did the smart thing because it's not just a sprain. You did the smart thing. You you took him off. Good. You gonna go ahead and put in your backup quarterback. And you know something? Give give me a moment, cause I think I need to find this man's name. Cause I've been calling him the backup quarterback, and apparently he deserves a lot more respect than that. Apparently he deserves a lot more respect than just be calling the backup quarterback. Now, again about names. Again about names. Because his name is a little bit confusing to me too. But I'm going to get it right. And if I did not get it right, my apologies. Mr. Gardner Minshew. If I didn't say it right, my apologies. Gardner Minshew. Apparently, he's not just a backup quarterback. Apparently, he got some skills. I think I believe he had 2 starts with the Eagles. One of those starts, he dropped the game against the Cowboys. I don't know what year that was or what week that was. I don't know, that was week 17 or week 18 of a previous year or something. I don't know. But this game on Saturday is a lot more on the line than that game was. I'm assuming. So he gonna show up and play on Saturday. And you know something? I don't think it's just gonna be Saturday. I think he's gonna show up and play next week. I think he's gonna play in the finale. You only need to get one, maybe 2 games, especially if you drop the game against the Cowboys, because it's not guaranteed the Cowboys gonna win 3 in a row. Even if they win on Saturday, it's not guaranteed they're gonna win the next 2. Well, next week they're playing against the Titans. I believe that's the win. And from my understanding, I believe the finale is against the Commanders. From my understanding. And if that is true, that it's the Commanders, yes it is. It's the Commanders. The finale is the Commanders. Uh, it depends what the Commanders is playing for. Because that's not a guaranteed win. But if the Cowboys is as good as everybody's saying the Cowboys is this year, if that defense is as good as everybody say it is this year, if that Prescott is top 10 quarterback as everybody kept saying he is this year, it's a good chance that the Cowboys could go 3-0 for the rest of the season. It's a good chance. They're playing an Eagle team without their MVP with Gardner Minshew. Hope I'm saying his name right. You got a Commanders team on the finale that they probably still hurt from that Giants game, and not just because they lost, because how they lost, because they got cheated out the win. They did. I'm a Giant fan, but I commit to that. They got cheated out the win. So I can see their heads are still a little low. They need to put their heads up and finish this year strong, but I can see it happening. I can see it happening. Then you got a Titans team that's probably on the weakest division of the AFC. Yeah, it can happen. They can go 3-0. they can go 3-0